He was a cartoon erasing cartoons.
Dude, that's meta as fuck, isn't it? Hey, that's some deep shit right there. And he was drawing up new ones. He was just creating shit on the spot. He had that magical pencil.
I said, well, how did a pencil come from just somebody's boat and all of a sudden it can draw everything and turn everything to come to life? And then he started acting crazy. SpongeBob was like,
because it broke his mind. He's like, wait, we're in a cartoon? This is all made up? I can
you're
do
a
whatever I
2D
want.
being in a cartoon.
Yeah. Honestly, that episode's deep as shit.
I like that one when they all turned real, when they went up to the surface and they all was like an actual sponge and an actual starfish.
Yeah, we were talking at work too. I was blowing these people at work minds. Because we were talking about finding an email, like everybody was like, yeah, what character from that, like from that's some stoner shit we talked about at work. Like, what character do you, really?
Oh, okay.
No, so you can see yourself and you can look at yourself in the monitor.
Oh, that's cool.
Do you like fade it all up, or what are you trying to do?
Faded from
What do you like, taper fade, skin
Like the
fade,
crown.
or
the crease down.
what do you want to do, like skin, or do you want to do like a one, or like shadow,
Probably go
taper
one.
it in, or like a
Do a shadow.
Like a
Like
shadow
something
fade?
new, yeah.
And then you want to taper it in here
Yeah.
to the beard and stuff.
I don't even know what I think. Just like up my hair. Then I got the sign, I got your Instagram on there, so everything. I realized that the core is a metal ball, so how do you even know which way it's going in the first place?
Right.
It's like looking at a mirror ball. How do you know if you're turning sideways?
Well, the problem is people will see one video on TikTok and then take it
Bro,
as
that
all
is
time.
They're like, it started going backwards. I said, it's infinity. You don't know which way. It's going all over the way. That's why the poles always change. They're all on the same side.
Yeah, they
They're
already know
two
it's gonna
that
happen.
are separated. They created divides.
Yeah, they already know what's gonna happen. Do you think Trump was an accident? This has been used for so long, bro.
The Egyptians made lamps out of sulfur or something, and they had like little light bulbs. I was like, so Thomas Edison wasn't the first person to create a light bulb then?
Hell no.
It's everything.
Yeah, that's where I'm like.
Like, so you're probably never gonna see, you're never gonna meet him. You'll never see him.
But you gotta think like.
I'm spiritual because I believe
Right.
I believe in Jesus, and I believe that God is the one who created, or whatever they are, whatever it is. But just to be tied down to like having you, like you said, like this is how you have to you have to pray. What if I just want to talk to him? I don't want to say, hey God, I'm here again. Like, remember, like, what's up, man? Thanks for what you did for me because I almost died in a car crash.
Right.
I shouldn't have to get on my knees and put my hands together and be like, dear God, like, because it's different for everybody. Maybe people don't feel comfortable doing that or want to do that.
Right.
But we're trained now that buying things and having the newest camera, having the newest phone, the phones are out of control. That's how it's like, oh my God, I almost died, and then it just shows them like stubbing their toes. Like, like his business together already, and I only fuck with people that actually do shit.
Right.
If you're just here to go out fucking partying every weekend and doing all this, then I don't like. I'll party with you. You'll be my party friend. But when it's time to do serious shit, we're not gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Like it's. I just definitely not.
There's damn it. I'm a big quote. I love quotes. I just forget who they come from most of the time. But dude, this one, it's people miss opportunity because it's dressed in overalls and looks like work. I think that's a fire quote. People miss opportunity because it's dressed in overalls and looks like work.
Literally.
Like, and that's what it is. People just want to party all the time, have fun, but it's like you're missing so many opportunities by not wanting to do the work. Like you said, we can be party friends, but I can't rely on you when I'm trying to go out here and make opportunities for myself or for us as a group, as a team, and I can't rely on you to like actually put it.
No, we can go party after this. We need to get the work done though.
Right.
Like we can record a whole like the podcast we recorded. That's why I usually we would go, but I'm like, you don't even want to do the work. You just want to.
Yeah.
You just want to say. What's up, everyone? This is Crown Svengali, and this is Two People on a Podcast. This is probably the only podcast that'll give you everything you never thought you needed. Today, we have the specialized specialist, Beau Bricking, at
Barber Brick.
did the fresh lineup, got me all the way together, seen 15 minutes before we showed you that little montage. So today, we're just going to be talking about the impact of technology, how it was on his business, being a young business owner, and how he feels like being that motherfucker in the city, because the city's on fire. Flat out. When did you first find out that you liked to cut hair or that you wanted to cut hair? Was it in high school? Was it in grade school? Did you see a cartoon and you was like, oh, that his hair's cool. Like, what was it?
Well, growing up, my mom always kind of like fucked me up a lot, you know, and it's like, no offense to my mom, love you, mom, but
Fuck.
what I'm saying is, you know, I just never got what I wanted. She'd always just give you the buzz cut or, you know, a little bit on top to play with, but it never looked good.
And it's never what you wanted.
Yeah, and finally, I kind of like, in high school, you know, wasn't the best kid, so I was over at my friend's house, and I was kind of staying over there for a while, and he kind of was like, yeah, let me take you to the barbershop. My uncle cuts hair, you need a haircut. He's like, I'll pay for it. And his mom paid for my haircut, and it was probably like 8th grade, freshman year. It was one of the first things that when I said, I want to be a barber, a couple people doubted me, but everybody else was like, oh, really?
He wants to be a barber. That's what he said he wants
Yeah,
to do.
and like as a kid, bro, like you're trying to find things that people are like, yeah. You know what I mean?
Oh, everybody.
Not that like people are like, man, that's whack. Like you want to, you know what I mean?
You want to be a lawyer, or
Yeah,
you want to
yeah.
be a
When
like
you're
that.
8 years old, you're like, I'm gonna be a lawyer. They're like,
Yeah,
oh, yeah,
okay.
I'm gonna be a fairy. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
what?
okay.
Like freshman year probably. And I already done previously. I've had a friend of mine like, hey, will you shave my head down? Like I've done that. And then all of a
In
sudden,
high school type shit.
yeah, like it was like 8th grade.
We're in a
freshman
game,
year,
we're going to a
8th grade,
game.
Or 8th grade, I shaved his head on my deck, and I was kind of like, all right, that was kind of whatever, it's easy, you know. And my mom's always had like my aunts, they've always had the hair salons, and you know what I mean. It's always ran in the family kind of deal. And but then my mom was always doing my hair, messing me up, and my boy took me to the barbershop, and I was just like walked in and. I don't know, me, I was a little shy kid a little bit, but his uncle kind of made me feel at home and kind of gave me that, like, hey, like, what's up? You know, like, welcome,
Shout out to the
barbershop.
barbershop.
Yeah,
Shout out to the
like,
barbershops.
would literally, like, boy talk, you know, made me feel like I could say anything in the chair. And I was like, hey, man, you make good money? And he's like, pulled out a lot of cash. He said, I made this today. And he put it back in there, and he was like, man, this is easy money. All of a sudden, a school opened up in Florence off 42. It's called American College of Barbering.
I know a lot of people that go there and they graduate from there.
Yep.
Shout out to whatever he just said.
ACOB.
ACOB.
Yep. But yeah, they opened up a school over in Florence off Dream Street, and it kind of just, you know, it was one of those things that it was like, it's 5 minutes down the road. It was what you wanted to do, and it was what you told the teachers you were going to do, and it was just one of those things that was just stuck in my head. It was just God sent. Like, it was just, you know.
It just kept going.
And then honestly, and like you were even talking like, oh, I hope you know your answers to these some of your questions.
Oh, because we're about to get into them.
Yeah, right. And I'm like, man, like honestly, it's just one of those things, man. Cutting hair was just one of those things. It's like during school, I never paid attention. I didn't really like. I passed the test enough to pass.
You did the work.
Yeah, and
We did the work.
Yeah, I listened as much as I could, but I didn't listen to like the scientific things behind it. I just saw. I'm more of like when I was a kid with the guitar, I picked it up and just saw my brother play it and try to mimic it, and like I see it and then I do it. You know,
So
even cutting hair, it's just like I see it and then I mimic it, and then I just like you get confident in it over time.
And you just keep practicing.
Just
And it's like,
confidence,
oh,
you know?
lit. And
And
now
that's-
he owns his own shop.
Right,
So-
and humble work. It's like, bro, that looked really good, and like I can shed some light on that. Like,
And it's a more helpful competition.
yeah, it's helpful. Like, we both
it's a
come
competition for
Ask
okay.
questions,
He's
you know?
he did a better fade than you, and you're like,
Right.
oh, how can I do that fade better? And then you do it better than him. He's
Right,
like, all right,
right.
well, everybody. And at the end of the day, everybody just keeps getting better haircuts.
Exactly,
So
exactly. That's the whole team eats. The whole team eats.
The
That's
team.
what we want. That's what everybody wants. And that's even with me with barbershops these days.
So how do you feel about growing up in the city and the community, and how it's helped either grow your business or how it helped grow your business when you were first starting?
Well, at first, man, like, you know, I didn't have the best, like, I had a great upbringing, you know, I can't say that I was poor or
We all
whatever,
make bad
you know,
choices.
but,
Yeah.
you know, you just have, sometimes kids have things that go down in their life that just makes them go down a different path. And
We just do what we want to do.
yeah, and, you know, you do bad kid shit, you want attention, you want all these things, and, you know what I mean, it's there's only so much your family and your mom and everybody can do.
Can do
but,
for you.
you know, and you kind of got to go out there and you got to learn yourself, and that's like the type of person I was, and you know,
Ditto.
like, I don't know, what was where was the question again? My bad.
The community.
Well,
So
like the
do
community.
you feel like when
So well, yeah, here. So where I was at is like my upbringing is I haven't had a terrible upbringing. You know, my mom's always been there.
Middle America,
Yeah,
like the rest of us.
You know, my dad's not the best. You know, I'm not saying he's gonna be the best, but my dad's not around, whatever. But
Ditto.
yeah, like ditto. It's just one of those things as a young
And it's
kid.
not a race thing,
Yeah.
obviously, because anybody's dad
Yeah,
cannot be around.
right.
We're separate races,
Exactly.
and all races' dads
I
can be
came
nephews.
from, you know, when my dad was around, it was nothing but money and, you know, all these things. The finest Under Armour at the time, and we had
Getting
all
the
these.
same ones.
Yeah, like it's America. They're not looking out
Rich
for you.
black
It's just, you gotta
person,
make that-
poor white person.
I'm just saying for the culture purpose behind your, like, not even saying how you're growing up, how African Americans are born. It's like that's one of their things in their culture is like the hair. And honestly, I'm a barber, man. I gotta be open to culture. That's the one thing I enjoy. That's the
every
one thing
culture.
I love. Like when me and my girl, we went to Mexico. I'm trying to go to the village. You know what I mean?
You're
Like,
trying to go straight to the village.
yeah,
where
like,
they,
well,
where
I'm not trying to be like, oh, this is dangerous. I'm just trying to experience like what these
no,
people
just
are living
see like
you know
what are
I
these
mean?
people like? They're normal people. Like why? I'm just
Well,
like them. In
yeah,
the same
and
life.
like just to see like what it's like, cause it's like, it's humbling. When I went to Mexico, bro, I was in Cancun. That shit was still humbling. Like I was like in that area, yeah, it's nice, but dude, we went to a little island, and it was like, yeah, you drive around the main area of the island, it's nice, but then you go in the middle of it, and there's literally people in like, it looks like their houses are half crashed in, and people are living in the other half.
That's how Jamaica was.
Right, and it's like
It was the hood
yeah,
and the island.
It's
I'm
like not even the hood, bro. It's like, dude, it's just traumatizing. It's fucking natural disaster, destroying these people's houses. There's no
floods,
money over
hurricanes,
there. There's
tornadoes, and
no
the
ways to
government's
make
corrupt.
money. Everything's corrupt. You
The
know what I
government's
mean?
real
Like,
corrupt. Oh, for me, I think that's like that's a qualification you have to have as being a barber, is that you're culturally sensitive and you're also you're open to everybody's culture.
exactly. I'm gonna leave because you and him, however, we're still in the middle of it,
Right.
and someone else was coming in. You as a customer could benefit us by adding them into the conversation
Right.
and benefiting all of us.
Right.
It's
Just
not gonna
having
hurt
them-
nobody.
Just adding them into the vibe
Right,
and making
but
them
if
feel
you're that
welcome.
person that's
Yeah.
coming up and not involving the client, you're just you and him. You know what I mean? It's
I
like
used
that's
to
where.
hate them type of haircuts.
Yeah, but like when it comes down to like if you want to hang out after and just have that conversation, that family talk between you and the one guy, that's cool for a little
Right.
bit, like while you're getting your hair cut.
Yeah.
But after, don't be making it personal out to everybody and.
Or
You
like
know,
you
like-
said, put that person in the conversation and make them feel involved.
Yeah, like and like make the person in the chair, cause like I have a lot of friends that are like that. They'll come up and they'll hang out and they'll just want me to talk to them. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
your friends aren't really.
I can't. But my thing is, I can't just sit there and speak to just you only. We have to include this guy in my chair too. Like you can't. You gotta understand where I'm coming from. Where it's like, dude, I love that you come up here. You want to hang out. I don't care if my friends come up and play Xbox in the back. They
Flat
play
out.
Xbox. Like you can come up here. You can play Xbox. You can hang out with us and chill. But involve yourself. Don't
Be
be
a
that
part.
awkward guy that's just using me
Correct.
for my Xbox.
Be a
or
part or come
using
to my
me
shop
for a
and
place.
chill.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
don't be using me for a spot to just be not bored at. Like
That and all the job obligations you have as the business owner. I'm gonna keep saying the business owner because he is the business owner. With all the job obligations, everything that entails your business, do you feel like that you can keep your business and personal separate, or do you feel like they kind of always just kind of merge together?
for barbering, man, it's kind of like one of those things. It's kind of like this day and age, it's getting to a point where it's like if you're not doing all these things, you know what I mean? Like,
If you ain't popping
and it's
on
like you don't need
medias-
to do it. And all these old guys prove it. There's plenty of barbershops around here that are busy and busy and busy.
But not because they've been in the game for they've been in the game since I was getting my haircut when
Exactly.
I was 7.
Yeah, they were your barber. They were your first barber, and they've been your last barber.
Literally.
You know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things where these old guys are just doing their thing, and it's a different age, it's a different world, you know, and it's a different, everything's different, you know, the tools, everything's sharper, everybody some people want natural shit, some people want that sharp shit, you know, so anywhere you go, anybody can be a master barber, they can suck at cutting hair, so. With barbering, it's like, you can't just be that old man that comes in and
Right.
you cut, you know, it's like, you got to do these new school things because you got these little kids coming to you doing these crazy haircuts, or you got a 40-year-old trying to just get a haircut
Yeah.
with a straight razor shave. So with me, that's where it's like I got the rap music playing for the younger generation. I got the TVs playing for the older generation.
Right.
Sports Center all day, you know what I mean?
All day.
But also I got that hot towel experience, that shaving cream
Real good.
experience, that
Real
gel, whatever, like all
the hot
that
towel for me.
same experience. It's just like it's a new age thing. Everything grows. Everything gets better. It's not going to be that, same straight razor. You come in, you barely speak a couple words. Like I'm asking how your day
I hate
is.
them
Yeah, it's
haircuts.
awkward as hell. Yeah,
40
so it's like, for me as a barber, sometimes it's hard to like when they come in and they show you this haircut that's lined up. But they don't want that, and they don't say that. I'm telling you.
Is that
that's
this
a great
thing?
Clips haircut.
Is that this?
That's a great Clips haircut.
It's
That's
rounded that.
The rounded is in the neck where it's like rounded, and
Hell
it's
no.
like just blocked in the back.
Magneto.
You'll see a lot of white guys with it.
Magneto.
You won't really see a whole lot of black people with it. but
I'll never
You'll see a
have
whole
one.
lot of white people with it. They got that, and then they, you know what I mean? Like, and they're like, "Oh, well, I didn't want it." Well, bro, you didn't ask for that. You didn't say that. You
And
showed
you
me a
can't put it
picture.
back on when you take
Yeah,
it off.
and then like at the time, it's like, man, we're barbers too. We're trying to make our money hourly. We're trying to make our money by minute, by hour, by whatever, just like everybody else.
We're just trying to get our cash.
Yeah, we're trying to be, like, and every minute we get to talk, every minute, that's just like towards the haircut. And some people don't realize, like, you're taking up 10 minutes of my time to explain a little haircut. And then, like, I got to spend an hour on that, so that's an hour and 10, hour and 20, like.
And I'm only getting paid $40.
Yeah, like, I mean, sometimes it's.
Styles and haircuts and how people get their hair cut. We're going to do a little game. It's called Marry, Fuck, Kill. You probably played it before. We're not going to get you in trouble, so it's not about anything vulgar. It's about barbering in the barbershop. So I have 3 haircuts for you, and just going to ask you to marry, fuck, kill. So marry, fuck, kill, bowl cuts, Kentucky waterfalls, or mohawks.
I'm going, no offense to Oliver Tree, respect to Oliver Tree, but the bowl cuts are not it.
So kill bowl cuts.
Yeah, I'm killing bowl cuts, like, because at least you get like something like, the mullets you can fade up, you can make presentable. A lot of these guys just, like they got the long sides, it's like if you got the fade with the mullet, it doesn't look terrible.
I just literally, back in the day, I remember when we were growing up, a bowl cut was literally a bowl cut. They put a bowl,
Literally a bowl,
and they just went around, and like you literally had like.
But a lot of these little kids, barbering's barbering. It's just you cut hair, you gotta shed light to everybody else so everybody eats. There's too many people. I can't cut everybody's hair in KY.
Can't cut everybody's hair.
Yeah,
Okay,
like,
everybody can cut hair if they want to, but not everybody puts the effort to cut the hair.
Right.
So support your local barbers because they actually put in the work to cut hair.
Exactly.
They went to school. They put in hours.
Time.
Some people got their shop. They put in time. I mean, so just always support local business and definitely support the people. If you're going into a place and you know that you need, that this is what you need, like this is what you need, like you need a haircut. Everybody needs a haircut.
Right,
I mean, if you don't, you don't. Shout out to people that don't, but if you need a haircut, you need a haircut.
You're going to a business for a reason.
If I'm going to McDonald's, what am I going there to get? Food. So I'm going to respect these people that are making my food, and I mean I can't tip them, but like we're gonna break them off because they're making my food.
Yeah.
Thank you. I was hungry, and if I'm gonna get just like he got my hair looking good, look, you got to go to the barber to get that finished.
Right. And
So
that's their price. They said it.
and
We're not about to argue with McDonald's.
we're not arguing about prices set. Knowing that tip culture, that's what I call it because obviously it's like a big thing everywhere. Knowing that tip culture has turned into such a phenomenon, do you think it's been blown out of proportion because people don't tip or because the people feel like they're getting shysted and not getting enough on their tip for the work they did?
With barbering, it's like you can't just be that old man that comes in and
Right.
you cut. It's like you got to do these new school things because you got these little kids coming to you doing these crazy haircuts, or you got a 40-year-old trying to just get a haircut
Yeah.
with a straight razor shave.
Huh.
So with me, that's where it's like I try. Like I got the rap music playing for the younger generation. I got the TVs playing for the older generation.
Right.
Sports Center all day. You know what I mean?
All day.
But also I got that hot towel experience, that shaving cream
Real good.
experience, that
Real
gel, whatever, like
It's
all
the hot
that
towel for me.
same experience. It's just like it's a new age thing. Everything grows, everything gets better. It's not gonna be that, same straight razor, you come in, you barely speak a couple words, like I'm asking how your day
I hate
is.
them
Yeah, it's
haircuts.
awkward as hell.
We know people in their everyday life.
Right.
There's multiple people get tips in their everyday life. Whether it's at a food place, a barbershop, wherever, you're going to get a tip. Do you think the tip should automatically be given, or should the tip be based on customer service?
Based on customer service, I see it a lot. I'm not saying it like with my barbers.
No, yeah.
But I'm saying I've seen
Just
it a lot.
everywhere in the world.
Being where I've been or being in school, everywhere. Like, it's all about how you treat someone. It's all about everything. Like, a lot of these old guys do not care about paying the money that they're paying for the haircuts. They could have bald in the middle of their head. They really do not care about what they pay for a haircut. I swear to God, they don't. They'll throw you $50. They'll be your most high-paying customer
And don't
with
care.
with the least amount of hair on their head. But they just want to come in.
I see you out, I
and be
see
like,
you
yeah,
out.
you said this, you know.
If I see you out, I see you out.
Yeah. I don't know.
So that's all the questions that I got for you today. That's all we got to talk about today. I want to
Appreciate
thank
you having
Beau
me.
for being on the podcast, on 2P1 a Podcast. Do you have anything like a podcast, a video? You want to plug your socials? You want to
No,
plug your
definitely,
Instagram, your
everybody keep-
business?
Everybody keep look out for the Instagram on the barbershop or just my personal at Barber Brick or at High Limits Barbershop. We're continuing. We're gonna do a podcast back here. So, you know, trying to plug in, be with Aaron, be with a couple people around here, just see what Cincinnati's about, see what everybody else is about, and kind of connect with people, man, and get around, tell different stories, and see about different things. It's not going to be about one thing. It's going to be about everything. You know, your mind might
Eclectic.
be working. Yeah.
Everywhere.
Might just be talk. You know, you never know.
Thanks, man.
Something else. So it's like, that's what I'm trying to do right now.